Go.
My Dream by DiNardo. In my short amount of time on this earth, I've come to realize that dreams can be made into reality with the help of people coming together. Black Americans have suffered throughout the ages of our country's history, from being taken from their homes against their will, to being worked to the absolute bare bone on inhumane plantations, and then, after being promised freedom, being segregated because of their skin color. Black Americans, we have come far since the time of slavery, but we have a long trek ahead of us before we reach the end of the treacherous trail known as inequality, brutality, and discrimination. Even in modern society, racism exists. In 2017, half or more Black Americans reported being personally discriminated against because they are Black. Whether it comes to being paid equally or considered for a promotion, this should come across as unacceptable, and not just to Blacks, but whites as well. Americans should want a country that welcomes diversity in a workplace, that welcomes people of color into their home, and welcomes people that are different to grow their understanding of the world outside the box of intolerance they live in. People of color must not assimilate themselves amongst white people, but must dream that the white people will appreciate them for their differences. Black Americans must not quit until the task at hand is completed, because the job I've done is not worth doing. The job being our fight, our brawl, our struggle with the fact that we Black Americans were brought to this country and we are going to stay here. If we are citizens in America, we must demand equal pay, equal opportunity, and equal rights as anybody else would have in this country. It is known that African Americans have far less access to tax-advantaged forms of saving due in part to a long history of employment discrimination. In our country, Black Americans should have the same amount of access to forms and documents as white people. Black people and people of color as well, we as well should have the opportunity to live lives of prosperity, not scourging for funds, living paycheck to paycheck, hoping and praying that they'll be able to provide for their child's schooling. In conclusion, I'm not giving a speech to rag and put out the message that I'm disgusted by white people. However, I'm saying that we must be able to agree with each other, understand that we are different, but at the same time, we are one. We are human, and most of all, we are Americans. I don't care if you're a Black, white, Muslim, a Jew, gay, straight, because guess what? We are in this boat of a country together, and none of us are going anywhere. So we might as well get used to being here, because my dream is that we love and care for each other despite differences, and that we welcome them into our homes with open arms. That's my dream.